New this morning, fire officials believe one person is possibly dead in an overnight fire in Watertown. Firefighters from the city and Fort Drum were called to 206 Main Avenue just after 1:30 a.m. That's where we find 7 News reporter Patrick Malowski this morning with more details on the fire. Patrick?
Yeah, Mackenzie, we know a little bit more information since we last touched in at 6 o'clock. The fire department has released a press release, but right now behind me you can see at the house on Main Avenue, firefighters are still trying to take down smoke that's billowing out of the house. They've been here, as you said, since around 1:30 this morning. Now, Watertown's Fire Chief Dale Herman actually told me he believes that when the fire started earlier this morning, that one person didn't make it out. Now, let's take a look at some of those pictures from earlier this morning where the flames were showing for a good amount of the morning at the fire scene as crews tried to keep them down. And Chief Herman says 2 people were in the home when the fire started. One got out, and as we told you earlier, the other, they believe, is still inside. They tried a few rescue attempts, but the flames were just so high and so tough to battle that they had to go with the defensive move. And Chief Herman talked to me a little earlier this morning about some potential rescues. Here's what he had to say.
Tried to make an attempt to get in to try to find that victim, and were unsuccessful. Some of the things that hampered it is a number of the windows on the first floor level where the victim was supposed to have been had security bars on them. We've later tried to make a second entry into the building to try to find the victim and found that the floor has deteriorated in that area and unsafe for firefighters to continue into the space.
Now, in the press release that was released by the fire department, they said that the home was owned by Sunset Heating and Air Conditioning, a company that when I talked to Chief Herman a little earlier, he said that actually inside were a number of propane cylinders as well as containers with products in them, which created hazards inside the house as far as when they were fighting the fire. Also, that second person we were talking about that made it out, he is currently talking to investigators as they try to piece together what happened here. Now, Chief Herman has told me that they're asking people to stay away from this Main Avenue area throughout the morning and throughout the afternoon. As one, they're still fighting the fire with the smoke coming out, and number 2, they're going to try later on today to look for the victim that they say they believe is still inside the home. Now, stick with us for updates throughout the morning, and I'll talk to you again at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie, back to you.